Well, I'm joined here by second place, vice champion, I think they call it in South America, All Japan Formula 3 Championship, and vice champion GT300. No, he didn't fourth in GT. Should have been champion. You were unlucky with that one. Tyres at Motegi. Well, we're joined by something slightly older, Jan Mardenborough. It's the Nissan R381. Now, this car competed, believe it or not, in the Japanese Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, Grand Prix. How did it do?
It won. This car won the Japanese Grand Prix, the R381, because the Japanese Grand Prix back then was a sports car race.
Well, I've learned something new today.
There you go. Well, the reason it's a sports car race is they actually ran it here on the full track at Fuji Speedway with the old banking included as well. Okay. So when these cars would go in on the banking section, the drivers reported they feel the chassis flexing.
Yeah, not surprised. Have you seen where the feet are in the crash zone? There's nothing there.
You know, right up here at the front of the car. I mean, yeah, literally the driver's feet. Now look at it. They are just behind the centre line of the front axle here. But I mean, really, just in front of their feet, there's a couple of radiators.
This is not gonna do anything, is it? It's just gonna. They're just gonna go way straight in there. Your head's gonna go over there and then get knocked off by those wings that move.
But the wings are great. The wings are worth looking at actually, because these wings were developed to make the car a bit more stable. As you can see, Jan's just wobbling them here. And when the driver turns the steering wheel one way, the wing automatically tilts, and so the two wings flap up and down. And because of these wings, this car had a special nickname, and they called it. I don't know if it's written anywhere. No, it's not written anywhere on it. But they called this car. Actually, what would you call this car?
That's put me on the spot. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, don't get Jan to name your car. They called this car the Monster Bird.
The Monster Bird. Well, I know the Group C over there was called the Monster, which the Japanese call it. But Monster Bird is Monster Canary, the yellow.
No, this is the Monster Bird because of these flappy wings, and also the engine. You got any idea? I know you're a bit of an engine guy now. Can you identify that engine?
I know it's a V8, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you model name or anything like that.
It's a Chevrolet. It's a Chevy V8. Nissan hadn't finished its new engine. And if you can look over there, you can see the car, the V12, the R382, which also did the Japanese Grand Prix. Now, that was the V12 engine built by Nissan, but it wasn't ready for this car, so they fit it with a V8 engine, still kicking out a ridiculous amount of horsepower.
So this model was after or before the V12?
That's right. I don't know why the wings went away, but so the winged car, the Monster Bird, came first. This used to race, just to give you an idea of the cars this was racing against, the Porsche 917K.
Oh, wow, okay. And it beat that?
It beat that. The Toyota 7, that 1,000 brake horsepower thing with the enormous turbocharger, it beat that as well.
Sweet.
Now, if you look around, and I'm hoping if we can find some of the videos online, we will get some good, detailed, historic footage of this running on that big banking. What do you think it'd be like to drive out on? I mean, you've been out to the old park there. What do you think it'd be like to drive today on one of those?
Well, I've been to Monza and I've been on banking there, and I've been here and I've got on the banking too. But you looking at it, it doesn't seem so bad watching footage. But when you actually go and stand on it, and like you're struggling to walk up there, I just can't imagine that the feeling in the car must be really strange, like the G-force, because I don't know how the G would feel. It'd be like almost taken off in a plane where you sort of like compress into your seat, because the car must be, just be a really strange sensation. But to do that, I've seen footage of my Hesemi-san driving the old Hakasuka cars, touring cars, and he just looks serene, but in something with more power, I don't know how it would, something with downforce, I don't know how that would work. I don't know what the car would be doing through the banking with that much downforce.
It's not in Gran Turismo, basically, is what Jan's saying. Now speaking of Gran Turismo, you're used to the different type of controller, but your GT3 car is, I was in it the other day, as you saw, and it's packed with buttons, knobs, switches, dials. How do you feel about this cockpit, which is a little bit different, isn't it?
I love it. I prefer it. I'm old school, me. I love driving stuff with H patterns and, just dials and, just steering wheel, 3 pedals, H pattern. and you know you have your oil pressure, your water temperature, and then the fuel gauge and the boost bar, and that's it. Revs. That's all you need. I love driving. That's why I love NISMO Festival. You get to drive all these cool stuff with you know, primitive. It's just engineering. It's just car and drive. There's no software involved. There's no electronics. It's just, you know, you and the car, and it's so much fun. So much fun. You can mess up so easy. But at the same time, that's what makes it really enjoyable for drivers. Like Sugio Matsuda, he loves it. Like he's absolutely mad for it. He drives, you know, the Calsonic car. He's always in it. He's always driving the old Group C stuff going around. And some drivers, they're not so keen because it's so different. But for me, I just love driving these old stuff.
And just looking at, you speak about the old stuff, when you look at the controls, we were talking about that. I mean, gear shift down here on the right, no paddles for you to play with at all. Just, yeah, it's just a little all the way around it. And you've got, what, your rev counter turned on its side, that old racing trick, so the maximum RPM is just in the right point. Oil pressure. There is one of the temperatures, another temperature. I'm not sure which one's water and which one's oil. Just looking at that, must be oil, and that must be water. Fuel empty because it's switched off, and then the amperage, and that's it. That is absolutely, yeah. Now, do you ever look at the amperage switch on your dash now?
No, we don't have. We have pages on ours, so we have loads of different menus. We can like see brake prep, brake bias, water temperature, brake temperature on the discs, water and oil, but we don't have amps. We just have a warning light come up, just going low battery, and it just flashes at you. It doesn't tell you how many amps you've got left. It's just, yeah, you need to come in now. Just like, it's not going to work out for you.
And one of the things that I'd find a little bit worrying about a car like this, Jan, is when you come right round here. Now, bear in mind, I'm standing now inside the car. I'm actually standing in the car. This, sitting next to you, do you know what that is?
It's a fuel tank.
No bag tank. That's just a bit of aluminium. It's just a bit of thing. So if you had an off, hit the wall in that.
Yeah, you're burned. You're cooked. You know, not medium rare. You'd be properly well done.
Oh, it's a shame they're putting that sticker on. They've just, you can't see it on here. They're putting some stickers on this car now because for the NISMO Festival. I don't know. They're not retro enough. I think they look a bit modern, those stickers. But just looking down here, the car's clearly been restored very, very nicely. But
it's got a reservoir for the wing. So it's hydraulic.
Good spot. Yeah, it must be hydraulically actuated. I thought it was cables, but actually now you look at it, you can see it's two at the back on the rear wing, and if you're watching on the 360, you can see that it's hydraulically actuated, this wing. So it must be linked to... Yeah. The steering is mechanical. I can see that's very mechanical here.
How does that work then?
Let's solve this one. Let's solve this one while we're looking at the car. All right, while we're filming this, we're going to try and work out how this actually works. So it's got two rods that come to the front of the car. Some are down here. Oh, there's some sort of actuator in the steering rack, is there?
Well, no, it goes to the brake pedal. This pipe here, from the master cylinder, actually goes to the brake pedal, which I don't understand.
It's a three-pedal car.
Is it actually tilted up? Is it actually moving brake?
Well, no, because when you look at it, when you adjust one, the other one does the opposite. So it's actuated by. It must be let me just try. No. Well, we don't know how the wing works. We will find that one out and put it in the comments on this video. We haven't no idea about that one. So, Jan, when are you going to drive this?
I don't know. I don't think I'll be driving this tomorrow. They've got some Nissan legendary drivers driving it. I'm driving. Oh, well, I've drove that, which you can't see, which is the 90 or 360, 92, 93 Group A Calsonic GT-R.
Over there, the blue one.
Yeah. Drove that today, and you might not be able to see it. It's right in the far corner. The R381 CP Group C car, which I did an out lap today, out and an in lap, because it wasn't boosting properly. So it was twin turbos, wasn't giving me the right boost. It was giving more boost than normal. It was over 3 bar, which when you consider qualifying boost pressure is 2, and that's about 800, 900 horsepower. I was having 3, which is over 1,000. And to have 1,000, I felt like Mark Lundell for maybe a few seconds, where his car, the 89, got problems at Le Mans. He had like that crazy lap on YouTube. I felt like him for a few hundred meters, where it was just like full throttle and the thing just like goes mental. Absolutely, I cannot explain to you how much power actually came through the car. I'm like, whoa! It's insane, absolutely insane.
Well, we're going to see a lot more of that because we do have some of that lap on board, so we'll be putting that up online. Just a quick couple of final pointers. Now, just looking at this car, a few things that are a little bit different. The bodywork, that's not carbon fibre. That is fiberglass.
Yeah, carbon fibre wasn't really around in the 60s, I don't think. So, yeah, I mean...
Nor either of us. Well, and check out the mirror there. I mean, that just single mirror on a stalk. I mean, with the wings on the back of the car, from that little one mirror from the driver's seat, is that going to do you any good at all?
Well, because I think that mirror is pretty good because the sills are so low and you sit quite high because, well, quite high compared to the sills anyway. You can probably be able to see, in your corners quite easy by turning your head. So that mirror is just direct to see behind you. I don't think it's an issue in the cars like this. The old cars where everything is a bit more, you can see a lot more. There's no safety, so there's no things protecting your face or your head. So yeah, it must be easier.
Just one final thing to look at. It's around here, and it's something that I love to see. The tyres. Look at the size of those rears.
What's that, like over 300 mil, I think.
I think it's almost as wide. Nearly, yeah. They're almost square, aren't they? Because it's nearly as wide as they are tall. That is an impressive tyre set of wets as well. And of course, at that time, 1968, this was a fairly new invention, the slick racing tyre.
Yeah, I mean, normally these cars drive around in all Dunlop cross-ply tyres, and which is what the car's on now. No grip really. I mean, you could get around in the wet with them, but you'd be sliding around a lot on those set of tyres. They're even cold, they feel like road car tyres. They're so hot.
Oh yeah. It's just an awesome machine. Well, we're going to do a few more videos like this to come with Jan as well and other people. So thanks for watching our 360 video of the Nissan R381. It's a fantastic car, and I can't wait to see it out on track again. Thanks a lot, Jan Maddenborough.